NXT just went off the air. They were in Houston, Texas tonight, and they had a few things. We had the TNA World Heavyweight Champion Trick Williams out there. We had our double champion Jayne out there, and Oba Femi defended his NXT Championship in a triple threat against Inamura and God, I almost messed up this whole intro. Briggs, we'll get to it. We're going to talk about all that after this intro. Wow, that intro is just always fantastic. Like I said before, this is the NXT review show on Unpopular Review. I'm one of your hosts, the Great Grand Slam Pooh. I'm joined with the sensational Sabrina, Estella, and we got Maddog Kelly. Guys, real quick before we start, something happened that's very rare. It has to be said. Today, George was not first. It was Jeffrey. Jeffrey is first. This is something that don't happen. This is amazing to me. I'm gonna ask you guys how you guys are doing, but I gotta say right now, George, you have been losing a lot lately, and I can't wait to just rub it in your face. But Sabrina, Stella, how are you? You had a fantastic weekend, so why don't you tell the people how are you?
Well, I'm doing fine. I'm a little rested, but still had to work today, but had a quite the busy weekend. Spoke at that panel, saw some wrestling here and there, and watched some tonight. Tried to watch yesterday, but I honestly couldn't. But I do want to touch briefly that I did say once upon a time ago that maybe Raquel and Charlotte could one day go at it, and it happened.
All right, Mad Dog.
Excited for tonight to dress as the new TNA Knockouts champion and current NXT Women's champion, the one that people had said was the champion, but she's proven them wrong.
Yeah.
Miss Jayne. And I'm taking off my sunglasses and putting on my normal ones so I can see.
I'm gonna give you the floor next, Mad Dog. What is going on with you, sir?
I'm good, man. Went to that wrestling show last week. Met a couple AEW stars. Met a couple WWE legends in the process. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. Met Gangrel, if you guys know who he is. He's really big. He's all jacked, and honestly, I think those vampire teeth might be real. So yeah, that's kind of scary.
It wouldn't surprise me if they were. I did see him wrestle twice this past weekend, so
that was scary though. Yeah. So
I've seen him enough times. I'm not scared of him. So.
Seemed like a cool,
very nice
cool guy.
Very nice guy.
I could imagine. Real quick, we got in the chat before we talk about some NXT. Let's highlight them real quick. We got Jeffrey. He's first. We got George. He says, hello, everyone. He also says, Jeffrey says NXT was great. I agree with you. But George says, I'm going to be here for a while. He said here, as my cat tries to join the show, he said he had a class at Goodwill. You guys will see Mr. Well, I guess you will see him. He's right here. There he is. He said I had. You know better. Okay. I had a class at Goodwill, and it was a good experience, and I got my certificate of completion. So that is fantastic. Are you serious? So congratulations, George. As I'm fighting my cat, he says, "Shut up! I can't ruin his."
Working at Goodwill than I did.
I will sit here and say this real quick before we talk about some NXT. I think we are living at a fantastic time. Are you serious? We are living in such a timeline here. We have Jayne right now, the TNA Knockout Women's Champion. She's the NXT Women's Champion, and I'm here, the champion of UPR. What a time that we are living. Everyone, times are good. And I just had to say, Sabrina, you're usually the one who sits there and has like some really cool wrestling shirts. And shout out to you. So I took something out of your notebook. And I'm wearing this, the BadGuy champ shirt. Look at this. It is fantastic. It is beautiful. Great piece of merch.
First wore that on the air.
There we go. Look at that. That's me holding two titles. That's how great I am. I don't know what the other title is. We'll just call it the Taco Championship. But what a time we are here. So
I
I
don't
just
have
wanted
a
to brag about me.
shirt, but I do have a WWE Championship toy belt. So since I'm representing JC, one, two.
There we go. Fantastic. I love that. So why don't we open up with the show? Sabrina usually take over here real quick. We'll get into the comments real quick. Don't scare him. He'll be back. And we have
Always
this guy's such a party pooper right here. Like, not sure why there's a cat on air. Like, he's a part of the show.
because
We
now let
love
me watch for Mr. Cat.
they do. Y'all guys don't even care about me anymore. Y'all want to see my cat. So I get it. He's the draw. Right now, I might vacate the title and just give him the belt. The first cat champion of UPR. Let's do it. But Sabrina Estella, let's talk about NXT. What do we got on the docket?
Well, I mean, it started with commentary welcoming everybody over into lovely old Houston, Texas, which I know a couple people that are over there. So sorry, I had to fix that because it felt out of place. But you see Corey Graves and you see Vic Joseph sitting down, and then you'd be like, where'd Booker go? Like, we sent an email, but we don't know where he is. But he walks on and makes a special entrance, hyping up everything, including the glamour girl, like not even saying glamour correctly, and called her Monica Monroe.
He called her Monica.
Yes,
I
but
love Booker T. I'm sorry.
I mean, he had to do it. It's his hometown. It's where his company, Reality Wrestling, is. It's in Texas. People that I know are part of it, so shout out to them. And we started with a 8-man mixed tag match with the NXT Tag Team Champions of Hank and Tank versus Zaruka with Soul and Zarya versus The Culling with Izzy Dame, Nico Vance, Sean Spears, and Tatum Paxley. And match was fine, but I have one question. If you join The Culling, did you got to get the same ridiculous haircut as Sean Spears? Because Nico Vance literally has the same damn haircut.
Well, what was the guy? Jensen was with him, and he didn't have that haircut, so I don't think so.
Well, maybe that's why, because they didn't think it was fully convinced, because he didn't have the same haircut as Sean Spears.
I kid you not. I think they kicked him out because he got rid of the mustache. If he had kept the mustache, I think they would have want to had something to do with him. Because I mean, once he shaved the mustache, like what are you offering? Absolutely nothing. And they kicked him out. Where is Jensen? Is he alive still? Is it? Like, I'm sorry because I haven't seen this dude.
Is for everybody that they don't put on TV much now on NXT, winds up working at Evolve.
Oh, that makes sense. Because the Kia Lyons is down there, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And Wendy Chu.
And Wendy Chu. Yeah. What do you got here, Matt? What did you think about this match?
That match was fine. I mean, a lot of stuff did happen. I didn't really get to mention much, but it was good back and forth. But at some point, I'm like, wow, the Dark State must have been so bored and really upset with what happened at Slammiversary that they just decided to just go in and interrupt the tag match out of nowhere. And the lights are off. And then when the lights turn back on, Tatum has the pin on Zarya, and we're just like, what the hell happened?
Right, like she stabbed a doll in her eye, right? And those things hurt.
The doll is supposed to be of Izzy, so if the doll got stabbed in the eye, wouldn't Izzy be acting like her eye was poked out?
Wait, does she have that? Does she? Well, I wanted to ask. Wait, hold up here, because I feel like I watch NXT and I know these characters, right? But is there something about Paxley that I don't know about? Like she have mythical powers or something like that? Like, is that a thing?
No.
Like trying to run with that, right?
No, but as far as I know, that doll was of Izzy, not of Zarya. So unless you're going to pretend that doll is Zarya and she did something in the dark with it to make her be in pain afterwards, I don't know what happened. Because as far as I know, they don't do anything supernatural character-wise. She's just been trying to be in Diamond Mine, been trying to be Lyra's best friend, and then trying to be Gigi and Shotzi's best friend, which did work out for a while until what happened. Right. And now he had declared herself her new best friend and is acting like how everybody didn't act, apparently, even though that wasn't true with Shotzi and Gigi because they did love her.
What's in the cup?
RC Cola.
Okay. Fancy. I thought it was some fancy wine. I was like, that's good.
I don't drink wine like that. My mother does, though.
I love me some wine. Me and my mother be having some wine downs, and we just talk bad about people. I was going to record us one day, but it probably wouldn't be good for air. We were just saying like, "Hey, Nick Cannon has too many kids," and then we just stopped talking because it
I mean,
would have
everybody
been a
jokes
push.
about the fact that he has too many kids, so
He has a lot of kids. Matter of
There's a
fact, he
lot of
don't even have
kids.
that. But he ain't competing with that bloodline. I forget who have the most between them, but I think it was Jacob. I think he had like 7 or something like that.
he
And
Wow,
has
it's like
that's
six
a
all these
lot.
kids.
kids.
Huh.
Yeah, and
He has
everyone
six
tried to give
kids.
Roman.
Somebody said it's something that supposedly Roman is going to try to have a 6 kid. He's like, nope.
No, he said
How
he
many?
Yeah,
that,
no.
that that's that boy's clothes. Yeah, yeah. Quick thoughts about this match. It was fine. I thought it was a cool open. Like you have all these different storylines combined to one. I did agree with EC. He said something earlier in the chat. He talked about Zarya being a star. Dark State. Dark State was the only thing on NXT that was on TNA that lost. I was at Slammiversary. I'm gonna get to you in a minute, Jeffrey, because I know I saw your comment, Jeffrey. I don't want you to think I didn't see it. I saw it. He was happy that I didn't hop the rails. But they were the only team that lost. So like they don't really do anything for me. I mean, they were standing there and all the lights was doing all this stuff, and I don't know, it didn't do anything. But I thought the match was fine. I thought the work rate was pretty good and solid in there. So Zarya picking up who'd she pick up? Sean Spears and hit the F5. I was like, that's cool. So hopefully that she has a because the stuff that she's doing with Soruka is great. I think it's been fantastic because she gets TV time. But eventually, I would like for her to be on her own at some point. At some point. Oh, Matt, go ahead. You can
Yeah,
take the
yeah,
floor.
yeah. So I liked the match. I thought it was good. I just thought the ending was weird. I don't know what the story was. Dark State came in and then something happened, and like you guys were saying, something with the doll, but then Tam Paxley's got powers and she doesn't have.
Here's the story.
You
We're just
know,
speculating about
is
Tatum's
so
thing
so
because she's had dolls
right,
for a while, but nothing really
right,
happened to
but
her. It's just to
you
represent
know,
friendships that she
she
had.
can play the creepy character. You know what I
She
mean?
can,
Like
but
she
she doesn't
can
go
be
like
the creepy
mystical
girl.
creepy character.
And that's kind of what a lot of people know her as, like in the internet wrestling community. So I can see them going down this route. I can,
Well, they
but
need to.
I don't know if they're gonna. As for the whole thing, yeah, Zarya, you know, I don't know, man. I know she's doing a lot of great stuff with Soruka, but I think she needs to go on her own. I think maybe, they give her, a match, I think at Heat Wave or maybe even Clash of Paris, something. Like she's got to go out because she is a star. Saruka's a star in her own right. I think she's still a double champion, but
Mhm.
Zarya, man, yeah, she's beast. Wow.
Yeah, she is a
After
beast.
tonight, wow, I'm impressed. But
I've been,
the match
and,
was
and
okay.
I was gonna say I've been impressed with Zarya for a while. It just you don't get to see her a lot and stuff. I feel like
Right.
when she came at the same time of Stephanie and Julia, and they did make her a priority, but it was clearly that they were pushing more Julia and Stephanie. Now those girls are gone, and I think that she'll be a great women's North American champ. I mean, could she be NXT women's champ? Sure, but I mean, you're seeing how it's starting to lead to that they're gonna have they're gonna Saruka and Zarya are gonna have some kind of fallout. So I think that's pretty much it. What else do we have going on NXT?
Well, we had some earlier today footage of Ava Rain basically telling Jordan Grace that she's not allowed to come into the arena tonight because of what had happened last week or 2 weeks ago in regards to her attacking Callie and Carmen after the match was over and calling out Mariah Monroe as I'm going to mix up the names because I think that would have been a little better, but that's just me.
You've gotten very good at it. Very, very good.
Right.
But as that's happening, she did see the security. She goes to Ava like, really? This is needed? She's like, you're banned from here, so yes, this is needed. And then she says that she's going to find her way to get in there one way or another. And someone did mention in the comments that Soul has both belts but hasn't seen it. She showed it for 5 seconds last time because that's all they're going to allow her because they don't let these people be shown on TV.
Hold on, before you carry on, because this looks like this is someone new in the chat here. We always try to highlight the new people here, but he says here, I'm just gonna call you P because my pronunciation of her name is just it's historic. But the individual says the Undertaker was my favorite part of the show. So we hope that you stay here, and when we get to that part, we can talk about it, and you can tell us why that was your favorite part of the show. But carry on, one Sabrina Estella.
Could be nostalgia, but
Mhm.
that's my personal guess. Anyways, after that, we get your favorite part of the nights. I already
Not
know.
just me. Good Chris in the chat. How are you? He says, how about me and the great grandson Pooba's favorite topic, Jacy Jayne? Good job, good Chris. I know you're going to take the floor, but I got to tell you the weekend that I had. So I went to TNA Slammiversary, right? I had to take a nap because I'm in my mid 30s. I just can't be doing shit like, hey, let me just go out. No, I got to take a nap. I need water. I need a nap. And it's hard to take a nap because I have I don't know, 3-4 month old cat who just for every reason it says like sleep. You sleeping now? Wake up. Can't say that word online. But I go to Slammiversary and I see the greatest thing, third match going, and I had people blowing up my phone, and they said, "Jack, your girl is on," and I was excited. I had Steve. He says, "Jack, where you at?" I said, "I'm seated, bro." I had someone else in the chat ask me something. And when she and I had Jeffrey, he wrote me. He said when that match started, before the match started, Jeffrey said, "Yo, Jack, don't hop the rails." And Jeffrey will tell you what I said when my response was. And when I got to see history, I witnessed it with my own eyes. I was a little worried. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of got the bubble guts when things was not looking good for Jacy. This was looking awful. I said, "Damn, I should have not bought this $30 drink because one, I have no business doing this, and two, this is making my stomach hurt." But Jacy came through. She beat Slamovich. I told her she was going to knock the Slammer socks off her. I told everyone that. Everyone keeps thinking I'm a nut. I'm a crazy person. And I just keep laughing. I smile. And I take a piece of my shrimp taco. And I say, "You MFers don't know shit. You think, just tell me you just started watching wrestling. Just tell me you just started today. And I'll sit here and I'll pat you in the head, and I'll give you a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I'll cut the crust for you. Matter of fact, no, do it yourself. Get your mother to do it because I ain't taking this shit." Go ahead, Sabrina Sala. I'm
I
done.
have one question.
Hold on, I'm out of breath. I can't be doing this too much. Go ahead.
What drink did you buy that cost you $30?
Well, I was at the UBS Arena, and they are just pricey as hell. And once I ordered the drink, I said, "This is just gonna have to work for the night," because I didn't buy another drink. Matter of fact, you know what pissed me off? I had people in front of me, and they bought pizza, and I said, "Oh, come on! You know I can't afford that." So I had to sit there and just enjoy the sweet sense of air in New York because some of them guys were just kicking. I said, "Damn, I'm in the stink owl." I was looking for George. Sorry, George, you pissed me
Okay.
off.
Anyways, JC is the one talking on the mic because she is the mouthpiece of Fatal Influence, has been from the very beginning.
Yes.
She says, if this picture isn't worth $1,000,000, like it or hate it, Jacy Jayne runs women's wrestling, being in the top of not only the NXT women's division, but is now the top of the TNA Knockouts division, and talks about making history and being a moment maker, and saying that that's all like a cliche, that's like what all people are chasing for now, etc., etc. And enters Lash Legend dressed like she's getting ready to go to a country bar down in Texas, or the one in downtown that
Yes, yes.
Kaden Carter would go to. And she says that JC might be at the top, but she's going
Mike.
to downward spiral real fast because it's her time to lash out. Everybody was talking about one woman at Evolution. Not her, which I pointed me because I'm dressed like her, but about her, the bougie bully, that she proved that she's the most dominant force at NXT and she's going to get one of those titles. Enters Miss Parker. She doesn't want to take Lash's flowers from her, but she needs to do herself a favor and look around because this is NXT and Jada has a direct line to the title. That she is the walking reality check and the face and future of the women's division. And Jacy says, I'm so glad that you think this highly of yourselves. And I'm going to let you two discuss it amongst yourselves to figure out who's going to try to come for my title. And she immediately tells Fallon and Jasmine to get them, but they refuse to move. And Jacy goes out to them and attacks them herself, and they reluctantly get involved. And Lash and Jada end up standing tall.
Maddog, take the floor because when it's a JC
His
James.
blood pressure went through the roof from that bit.
Oh, let me tell you, when it's a JC James segment, you're going to be entertained. So please, Maddog, take the floor.
Sure. First of all, I want to congratulate our champion for winning 2 belts on Sunday.
They did change Jason
That's
two
pretty
belts, and
cool.
I think I heard some people like sucks in the background. And it's like y'all are fickle because y'all were booing the hell out of this woman.
I never was, for the record, and I still have my
Not you. I'm talking about the people on the call tonight.
toxic attraction shirt that doesn't fit. I found it the other day actually. Finally going through all
Always
my
just
shirts,
bring it up on air
but
and just show it off.
maybe one of these days, but I don't have it now. It's in
Okay.
my closet. But anyway, not my point. Point is, this was a great segment by our champion. I can't believe her. I don't know what you want to call her. Posse didn't want to do her
I would
bidding.
say at this point,
I
just call them her
think.
How
associates because they're not
posse.
acting like friends.
I mean, I don't know what you want to call them.
I mean, obviously, these are girls who are not really her friends because they didn't do anything to
Right,
help.
Now they're
right,
Like,
basically
let me
right,
help you out.
right.
Let me help you. Let me help you out here, Mad Dog.
Please,
You're
please,
you're doing a fantastic job. You've
thank
won me
you.
over when you said congrats to our champion. I'm going to tell you guys a story. I
Hey, I
see
went to
someone in
high
the
school
chat.
with her, so there you go.
I know you throw that in my face every chance you get. Yes, thank you.
I'm going
But
to, yes, sir.
okay, well, I appreciate that you was honest about it. Like you didn't even take it back. You're like, yeah, sir, I'm going to do that. Like, fuck you. But I'm going to sit here and say, I got Steve in the chat. Let me tell you something. I got two individuals in this chat right here. I want to highlight here. I think I've told this story about EC before, but I'm going to talk about Steve. Steve is a great individual. He has probably the second best hair of all of UPR. Because I'm sorry, you're not topping this at all. I'm sorry, Steve, but Steve is fantastic. But when I went to Stand and Deliver the pre-show. Because I want this to know, because since JC's doing so well, I want everyone that was trying to make fun of me for this. I want to put a spotlight on you. But I remember when that tag team match was a 4-woman tag team thing.
it was
And
a fatal 4-way tag match.
you know what Steve texted me? Hey Jack, you should just record your reaction when JC lose. Now that's not nice. I think that's pretty rude. Don't you think that's rude? Does anyone else think that's rude? Thank you.
I do, yes.
I'm happy for JC. She's on top of the mountain right now. All these girls could try to
World,
fight.
actually. Sorry to
Huh?
interrupt the world. She's on top of the NXT and
No, and
TNA
you
world.
Yeah, and you can correct me for that because that was
There you
good.
go.
That was
There
really,
you go.
really, really good. So all these girls are trying to come up. I'm really upset that Fallon and Nyx, yeah, they just don't help. They don't care to help your champion. Like when Fallon was doing Fallon things, she was champ. JC helped, right?
Right.
I just think the support should be the same. I think everyone has turned their backs on her, and I think it's gross. But JC will continue to win. I was so happy when I went on Slammiversary. I had my JC Jayne shirt and whatnot. I even told people, if you want to find me, I'm the only one in the crowd with it. But good for JC. Let's keep going. We got MDD, right? Like, I know he usually is on Raw, so it's so dope that you're here. I just want you to know I see you. We don't always hit the comments, but we do see you. But he says Jasmine Nix is boring. Oh, no, that's George. What did he say? Jasmine Nix is fine. She can stay. Okay. She's a pretty girl. She's a pretty, but she don't do a lot. Like I was talking to someone else, like, yeah, Fallon does this, and then Jasmine just stands there. I gotta see a little bit more for her, but she's a pretty girl.
All
What else
three
do
of
we
them
got?
are pretty, by the way.
They're all
So
pretty. Yes, they're very all pretty. This is true.
Javon is taking some notes and stuff of everything, trying to figure out what to do next. Ricky comes up to him and they chalk and they chat, and Javon gives him a little pep for basically what is about to happen, the carnage that commenced. And then after that, we get a real brief moment with the No Quarter Catch crew with Tavion trying to pep her up and help her feel less nervous because she's feeling nervous wrestling in her hometown. And she's all excited, but also very nervous. And Charlie's just being Charlie, which is not doing anything. And Miles comes in, and then Charlie's like, "What are you doing here? You're not even part of this." I'm like, "I might not be part of this, but I'm still here to support Wren." And then Lexus King is in the background for some reason. And they just say, like, just leave it be. He's not really any interest right now, so who cares? And they just keep pepping her up and trying to make sure that she's not super nervous for wrestling there. So we had that moment.
Mm.
And then we had the funeral of Ricky Saints because he went up against Jasper Troy and he got
Funeral.
destroyed. Jasper Troy got a win,
Wild.
so now he's not on the losing streak anymore. And it was fine for him to lose to Ricky because it doesn't make Ricky look bad, and Jasper finally looks stronger than he already has. But I
You
didn't
know,
really have anything bad to say about this match. I just wasn't super interested in it, and also I couldn't watch it too much because the website I was using it was getting kind of laggy a little bit, but I got to watch a little bit of it at least, so it was fine. But I will say, uh, EC did make a comment saying that my girl Ren gets no respect. Listen, I have been a Wren Sinclair, formerly Maddie Rankowski fan for quite some time now, for a few years, and I hyped her up when she started coming into NXT, and I will continue to hype her up. So
I started seeing some stuff with her. I didn't
I can
watch
be
the.
as talk as I want, Jeffrey.
I was gonna say, I didn't watch the stuff in NWA, but as she was starting to get some time on NXT, I was like, oh, she's very, very talented. She got personality. Sometimes on, I want to say it's on Instagram. I'm not so sure about Twitter X or whatever, but she'll have like a some kind of segment that she does on a
Yeah,
Wednesday.
she does a little set. She did a little segment when she was Maddie Rankowski, being
Mhm.
her exaggerated character with wrestlers and such, like asking them a few questions. She would ask two normal questions, and then her final question be a little dig, a little bit of savagery in at the end of it, which was very fun. And I remember because I did send you a video.
You did. You definitely did. Um, this match we're talking about, Ricky and
Jasper Troy.
Jasper, right? All I know is like,
Ricky
so
died.
I mean, Ricky did like, oh man,
One
oh
way of
what
saying it.
movie? This
It's
He
one way.
died so much he couldn't even get up at a 10 count. So that's how Jasper won. He won via count out.
I wish someone in the crowd said, Ricky!
Wake
It's from a
up.
movie.
Ricky,
Wake
I,
you
up.
got some explaining to do.
there we go. Poor Ricky. I mean, like, and then Jasper jumps on this man. Like, like when he did that, I said, "Oh, stay down! Like, don't
Ricky
even get up, bro. Don't even get up."
on Ricky.
Oh yeah, no, Ricky. I mean, look, Jasper needed this win. I think that I didn't like the count out. I didn't like the count out victory personally, but I understood where it was like, hey, we get him on the board and he actually wins, and you also don't have Ricky taken because he just lost to Ethan Page. So I could see what they wanted to do and protect him, even though I think that he could have still lost because, I mean, he's not 100%, right? Like I did not
Right.
watch it looked like a great match, but once again, it was a Saturday, 3 in the afternoon. I'm at work. And you're trying to watch all this wrestling on the weekend. It's hard to do. But my point is, he was in the last man standing. I mean, not last man standing, this hardcore match or so. And I think he could have lost and no one
It
would have
was
thought anything.
it was a lot. That false
Yeah,
count anywhere that he had with Ethan Page was a lot.
I can imagine. Looked like it was a great match. Boys in the
It
Hood.
was.
Thank you, George.
I watched it
I,
after when he came home.
good stuff. Yeah, poor Ricky
But
can't catch a
after
break.
that,
Wait,
oh,
Mad. I
sorry,
mean, real
go
quick.
ahead.
No, it's fine. Mad, did you have any thoughts? You talk because
Yeah.
I look for my
First
cat.
of all, I'm with you. There was a lot of wrestling that weekend, so I did not see Great American Bash yet. I still need to
Well, that's
watch
what
it. I think
Peacock
I'm
is for.
going
You can
to.
watch it right after. I
But
watched it when it came home.
yeah. So I was watching the other promotion because it was their big WrestleMania promotion thing, and honestly, they had a good few matches. But anyway, going back to this, yeah, this is. I don't know if they're gonna do any more with this. This might be a one-off with him and Jasper, or maybe this will
It
be a
wasn't one
bigger
off.
feud. And it makes Jasper look good. And as much as I agree with you, Grand Slam Booba, the
I am too.
two-time champion, as you call yourself there, I
More
have
than
to
two.
say, that I have to agree with you about this because the counter makes him look good though. That's like the only counter argument I have is the counter. Oh, there he is. Hi, Mr. Cat. I gotta say hi. Anyway, the count out makes Jasper look good while making Ricky look good. I think that's the what they were going for with the count out victory. And yeah, that's really all I have to say about it. Jasper still dominant in NXT, and he's gonna go get another shot at Oba soon. So we'll see. Uh, Now Mr.
And
Cat's
that is
taking
what
over the
happens when
show.
you bring your cat onto your lap because they will go onto your computer because they're trying to mirror you, is what I've heard. So if you buy him a toy one, he will leave your computer alone. Just so you know.
Buy him a computer. Okay, might
No,
have to
a
buy him.
toy one.
All right. Oh, I mean, okay,
What computer?
good.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
There we go. There we go.
They have.
Understood.
I've seen online that they have like one that's like a box, and that when they scratch it, it gives off the scent of catnip, so they get like relaxed while they're doing that.
Oh, okay, cool.
I learned something today. I just
Today,
I didn't
that's
know
what I'm
about any
saying.
of that. I just
Yeah.
know my cat is a simple cat. Like I bought him toys and he won't play with it. But if I drop this, he'll have a good time with it and play with it. I'm like,
That's
but
why I said a box. It's a literal box. Cats like that. It's a literal box. But anyways,
love it.
we had Trick Williams chatting with High Rise backstage about taking care of business, and we also had Javon Evans chiming in from a road case off camera, and Trick tells him to mind his business and to that he will see High Rise after the show. And then we got our eulogy of what had happened today, which when I saw the news, I couldn't even believe it. Not because I was like a super big fan of this person, but because there's such a big personality and full of life kind of character, despite what they've been going through personally. We give our condolences and we wish the best for Ozzy Osbourne's family because of his passing at the age of 76. Was a part of the WWE, did sing at some point, was inducted into the Hall of Fame. So we wish the best for Sharon, for Kelly, and for the rest of the Osbournes.
There you go. I wasn't a biggest fan of Ozzy. I did like Crazy Train. That's like probably the only song I really like. But I got more familiar with him. While people might talk about the music influence and all that stuff, I remember what in the early 2000s they had a reality show, and one of my favorite one of my favorite quotes. I've only seen the picture. I don't know what the context is or whatever. But I think he heard a phone ring and he said, "What the fuck is that?" And I don't know why, but that tickles me every time. Like I laugh at that because it's like he's never heard this before. But definitely sending condolences.
But after that, we get Trick Williams making his entrance and getting on the mic in there, and everybody's chanting for him. And I'm just like, again, y'all are
Absolutely.
so fickle.
Whoop that trick. God. By the way, he had a choir, not to interrupt, but he had a choir the other night. That was pretty cool.
Hold up. Wait.
That is
First, if you're gonna talk about my cat, make sure you have Mister Dot Cat. It's not
That's
the
true.
cat. He has a name. Like if you're not gonna be respectful, this is my son. If you're not gonna be respectful to my son, I don't want you to. You keep his name out your. We can't be using the fuck word. We can't say that. We don't curse on the show. Carry on.
Anyways,
It's
he
fucking
said
rude.
that he main evented TNA's biggest show, and at Summerversary, he faced two of the best TNA had to offer, and he beat them both. And that makes him the greatest TNA World Heavyweight Champion of all time. And he knows
I
what
like how you did that. That was
they're
nice.
dropping records, diss tracks, and anybody that gets in his way. And he turns his attention to the LFG kids, specifically the ones that are being coached by The Undertaker. And he says that they snitched out for calling him, and he's here to spit facts. And it is a fact that The Undertaker is one of the greatest all time and in the Hall of Fame for a reason. But it's a fact that he never held down two brands at the same time.
Mm-hmm. Spitting facts. He ain't lie.
And that
Um,
that LFG got the Undertaker disrespected and tweeting, and he thinks that they got him soft, SAWFT soft. He's got no problem being the man to call out the Undertaker because he is Trick Williams. This is Trick and A, NX Trick, so to speak. Dead man, bring your A double S out here. And I will give a shout out to Jeffrey because he came up with something I didn't earlier. He said NX Jayne and TN Jayne. I'm just mad I didn't come up with that myself.
Jeffrey's a genius. I love this guy. This guy this is why I talk to him. You know, I wish not to talk to Chris because he has no sense of intelligence at all. But see, Jeffrey does. Good job, Jeffrey.
Anyways, we hear the infamous dong and we get the American Badass theme song.
Mhm.
And I'm just going to say I'm grateful he did not come riding in a motorcycle again after the last time he came back. with the American Badass intro, riding the
No,
motorcycle the way that he did,
wait, why?
because he looked like a kid learning to ride a bike that had his feet on the floor the entire time.
I
Which I get,
remember that.
but it looked
I
weird
forgot about it.
considering
I remember
how
that.
old he is. But anyways, he gets on the mic and says that Trick is a dead man walking, and that he's got a nice little title and the bling, and if the jacket is genuine cowhide, and that he's got it all except for one thing, which is respect. And as long as he has that attitude, losing the title ain't a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And that attitude will be his downfall, and the walls are going to crumble down. He's seen it a million times, that rotten attitude, and it's exactly what he tries to teach the LFG kids. And Trick interrupts him, saying he don't give a good dog damn
Good.
about the LFG kids. Nobody on LFG is a superstar like Trick Williams. Nobody in NXT is a superstar like Trick Williams. Nobody in WWE is a superstar like Trick Williams. And Undertaker says, if that's right, and offers him one more piece of advice, you are a little too light in the ass to step to an OG. You want to dance with the devil? He can flip that switch right quick, and he'll make you famous with a choke slam.
Not for nothing. I was when he said something about your lighting ass, I said, "What did he say about his ass?" I do want to highlight this. I want to highlight this. I mean, this was actually pretty funny. This is funny. Steve is he's quite the comedian here. His comment was Undertaker should have taken off, and I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty damn good. Um, look, I don't have an issue with the segment. He was in the ring with the Undertaker. Never been like the biggest Undertaker fan by any means. Respect his body of work. Um, but sometimes, man, sometimes I'm like, man, it would be nice if these young guys were the last person standing, right? Like, I don't like Undertaker chokeslammed this guy. He made him look like kind of a scrub. So like, I don't know. Like I said, didn't hate it, but it would be nice if Undertaker was laid out for once. But they're not going to do that to Undertaker. So
Especially not in
Right.
Texas, because
Right.
that's his home state too.
and that part too, right? They were in Texas, so yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, that's where I want to bring up is they're in
mhm.
Texas. They need to fill seats. Undertaker does that. And that's why they got him. And they just put him in a segment with Trick. And it felt weird because Trick is so on top of the world. Once again, just like Jacy Jayne, he's on top of the world. He doesn't have
You,
the NXT title yet.
I love this
He's
kid.
getting there,
He gets,
right?
I
He's
this
getting
this kid
there
gets it.
on top of the world. And then Undertaker brings him down to hell. Sorry, I cursed. My bad. And now he's no longer
That's
on top.
okay. That's all right. You're not gonna get in
So,
trouble. That's all right. Don't worry. Anytime anyone does anything bad, the executive consultant is gonna get suspended for 2 weeks. So don't worry about it. He gets the suspension,
And if
not
all
you.
else, we have our swear jars that we put our coins in every time we do
uh,
swear.
Oh yeah, no,
don't grab my
Sabrina
corner.
Estella
Oh my
filled it. There's
God.
like a $5 bill in there. Get this from Sabrina, not me, because I don't curse.
Don't look at me. I just said it each
Yeah,
for
if I
one.
had the time to make a compilation video of every time we have sworn on the air, I would, but I don't have time right now. So,
I know, me
anyway,
neither. Take the floor, but real quick, Jeffrey was
people
mentioning.
input chatting backstage about everything
There
when
we go.
about who's going to take on who. JC's like, okay, one of you is going to need to take on Lashley, and the other one's going to need to take on Jada. Who's going to do it? And then both of them are just like, I don't know. And I just wanted to give props to the stylist because finally they're not. Fallon and Jasmine aren't wearing the same thing, looking like backup dancers. The
Sorry.
only thing they had similar were the fact that it was cowboy
Oh,
boots, except Fallon's were cowboy boots and Jasmine just had on like
uh,
thigh
I'm,
high
I'm,
boots. But
Yeah, it's funny.
Michelle McCool comes in and she offers up some advice over who should take who. And she suggests for Jasmine to take on Jada and Fallon to take on Lash. And you see Jasmine being like, well, yeah, I can handle that. And Fallon's almost like getting at her face like that. And Jacy at one point does say that Jasmine is not that good. So that's why she could take on Jada because Lash and Fallon have both been there longer than Jasmine and Jada had technically. So they settled it to it being Lash versus Fallon and Jada versus Jasmine. And when Michelle leaves, because she's like, well, you guys got everything figured out, you don't need any more help from me. which I'll give props to Jacy because normally a lot of heel champions, when they have a Hall of Famer come in, they'll be rude and disrespectful to them, acting like, I don't need your help. JC accepted it along with Fatal Influence with utmost respect. And when she asks them, where's Ava's office so they can make it official, they do this. And she's like, I'm guessing I'll have to find this office myself because the cracks are coming through for Fatal Influence and
But do you,
something happened.
but I
Yeah.
mean, this incompetency. Like it's
Yeah.
just incompetency. I don't blame JC for being so upset. Like she asks a simple question, they do this, like it's an episode of freaking Looney Tunes, and I would be upset too. I think she had all the right in the world. I know you people are tired of me when I sit here and defend JC for everything, and you know what? I
I'm
don't
not.
care. I don't. I love you. We're gonna have tacos. We're gonna have a taco. Matter of fact, I wanted this particular stream, to be the taco celebration because we are in such a great time and we should be bragging. Right, Mister? Now he sleeps. You know, like now he sleeps. But he was up for that Bill Goldberg match. This is why my son is grounded. And screw you, Chris, because I saw you in the chat and you said, "Do you know that I know that I'm black. Just this is my kid. Just because I didn't carry him for 9 months like you carried your kids, don't mean don't make him my son. This is my son. Now, come on, what's the next thing we got going on here? Because I would defend him to the moon.
Well, anyways, a lot of fake people that have pets feel like their pets are their children. So,
And where is Ava? I'm sorry, that was a good question.
don't
From
know.
this whole segment, that's where she was.
But anyways, I just want to say the people who edit for the live shows did Ren dirty because they cut off her intro. So she was literally just in the ring, which was very disrespectful considering that's her home state.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
we do get the Mariah Monroe intro with the music, and they have the vanity with the reflection showing her by the ring and all that, and she gets in. And I found it so ironic that Mariah was dressed in all red, and Ren, aside from the black and the blue and the red to have for the Texas flag, she was dressed in mostly white, which felt very devil versus angel kind of thing.
Oh,
Just
didn't
me.
notice that. Good call. Good eye. Mhm.
And it was a quick little match for Miss Monroe to get her win via a butterfly DDT to win her singles debut in NXT. And of course, when that happens for a lot of these girls to make debuts, who they feed to these girls to win and look strong is always been Ren. Ren's always been the one to be fed. Ren's always the one that gets turned into enhancement talent because of using the term jobber is offensive, apparently. And after that, she cuts a promo to call out Jordan. But Jordan Grace comes in through the crowd, fighting off the security, and she goes in to beat Mariah and headbutts her and gets butterfly DDT into a steel chair.
I agree with Steve on this. Who's Mariah? I know about the Blake Monroe. I just
You can
wanted to
call her that.
clarify.
I will not call her by that name.
I don't know
I only
Mariah
know two
anymore,
people named
though.
Blake, and they're both men. I don't need to say another one.
Like
I
I
usually
said,
refer to
her name
I
is
know by their
Blake
last name. I know
Monroe.
many people with the same first name. You know how many Chris's I know?
I
Too many.
agree with Steve on this one.
Of
But take
course,
the.
Who's Mariah?
you got one,
Who's
and one is all you.
Mariah? That's what I want to know. Mariah who?
So take the. Why don't you take the floor and tell
Mariah
us what
May
did you think of the
Monroe.
match?
That's who.
I thought the match was fine.
It was a
Honestly,
quick
it was
one.
very short. But it's very expected. Blake Monroe was going to get this win, and they're setting up a heel Blake Monroe versus a Jordan Grace match. I guess a heat wave. I guess that's where they're gonna
It's
do this
looking.
dance
It's
probably.
looking like it.
So, but yeah, I'm excited for it. A heel Blake Monroe versus Jordan Grace. Let's go. Heat wave. Let's go.
I don't know who
You know,
Jordan Grace is. I know a Jordan Grace.
Jordan Grace. And see, sometimes I get
Are
names
we?
wrong, okay?
What is happening on this show? We are a team, damn it! I need us to act like a unit. Don't do. Wait until the cameras are off and then we fight. Let's at least let the people make it look like we all get.
If you can't roast your friends, are you really friends?
That's
That
true.
is true.
That's true.
You
That's
should.
true.
You should. You should. Yeah. This is a fact.
If you can't roast your friends and
It
they
is
can't
true.
handle the heat, then they can get out of the kitchen. That is your friendship.
There we
I
get
agree
out of the
with
kitchen.
that.
I like being in the kitchen because there's food. Just wanted to
But
say that.
after that, he
Tacos.
gets
Love
Ollie
tacos. Let's do it.
Page, our new, well, still NXT North American champion, for his summit in the ring. And he says he is the greatest NXT North American champion and that he's held it for 56 days. And I'm like, damn, has it really been that long already? Why
Yes,
did you
I
he
know,
tell me
right?
has.
that?
Isn't it fantastic?
No
Guess
comment.
I'm the only one who's a Page fan here, huh?
I never
Yeah,
said I
Ethan.
wasn't a Page fan.
I like Ethan. I
He's
like
doing
Ethan
his
Page.
job as a heel.
I just didn't notice that he held that title for so long.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I do
I
credit
didn't
his
count.
work on. That's great. I was just gonna say his run on NXT has made me like open my eyes to him because I know that he's done other stuff, but like didn't really see it. So yeah, no, I like Ethan. He's cool.
Listen, I've been a fan of him since he was over in the other company, and his online videos on YouTube made me a bigger fan.
Yeah,
But he says that 17 Americans held it before him, and he intends to bring more pride, dignity, and class to the title than all of them combined. And he plans to do that with his heritage, with his folks migrating from Yugoslavia, and his crisscrossing the country to wrestle in bingo halls. And if his parents made different decisions, he might have ended up like everybody in the crowd, but he didn't because he was
oh
born in
god.
Canada. That going forward the title will no longer represent the continent of North America because what the title represents is an absolute lie. He was born in Canada, made in America, and that makes him the greatest North American champion of all time and he affords him the privilege of doing this. And he made a comment saying that Canada has better food, better health care, better looking girls.
Women, yeah.
And he throws the title out and unveils a new one with the design of the Canadian flag. And he pulls up the little flag things covering it to put that. And I immediately thought of when somebody in the other company did that to the title when they had it. Instead of calling it from the UK or something along those lines, they call it the American one and change the belts leather the exact same way. And I'm just like, I got flashbacks. And he also reminded me when Kevin Owens was doing stuff like that.
I thought of when I thought about this, I thought about WCW 2000 when Lance Storm first kind of debuted and he won the United States Championship and he called it the Canadian Championship. I forgot what he called the Hardcore, and he won the Cruiserweight, but he had a different thing, and he would just place a Canadian sticker over it. It was actually pretty comical when you think about it. Like I thought of Lance Storm immediately, and matter of fact, when I looked at the belt, I know it's supposed to be the Canadian flag, but it looked like a peppermint. I said, "Look at the peppermint belt." You know, even on the mic, he's gold. He's funny. Another part here, this part where he said, "I don't have a good singing voice," and he's just
But he
singing
starts
offbeat.
singing the Canadian theme
Oh,
song.
that
And
was so
he
funny.
Yeah,
says,
that was good.
Santino Marella. And he says, Ethan Page has a big mouth, and everyone knows he's from Italy, and tries to follow in the steps of the likes of Bruno San Martino and Rocky Balboa. But what people might not know is that he lives in Canada, and he knows that the people of Canada do not agree with what Ethan is saying. The people here are hardworking people, but he can't relate to that because he is a bumhole boy.
Okay.
Anyways, he then says that others may have held it before him, except for Santino himself, and that he will see him next week and he will talk to Ava to make it official. And Ethan says, "No, we'll go right now." And he puts the belt down, and Santino has the cobra. And then Ethan runs away like the little bumhole boy that he is.
Yo, I know that's supposed to be a Santino Marella accent, but I just feel like Mario's just got the got the book, like, and then I hit him with the Italian. What's that called? The Cobra. Woohoo!
He's supposed to be Italian, so it works.
No, dude, yeah.
Italian accent.
You just see.
My high school Italian teacher would have been disappointed, it tells me.
Honestly, if I'm being honest here, so a lot of people talk about this whole relationship with TNA and WWE, and it's so one sided. And on Slammiversary, I mean, you just saw two NXT. Well, one retained their championship, another one took their championship to NXT. I think here, Santino should win. He should take the championship, at least something to make it look like. I don't think. I don't think it's as one side. I think TNA is benefiting from this partnership a lot, even though it seemed like their guys just doesn't match up with the NXT superstars. But I would go with the surprise win. So Tina Morella, I think about that one Royal Rumble. It was 2011, and they had the 40-man battle royal. And I remember thinking he was going to win. The last two was him and Alberto Del Rio, and I
Which
was
he should have
really,
won that year.
I was begging for Santino to win because I just do not like Alberto Del Rio.
I don't think a
I've
lot of
never,
people like Alberto Del Rio.
and this is before everything else.
No,
I just
no,
never found
I'm
him.
saying you before
Right.
what
Uh,
happened.
Yeah.
right.
They
So
tried
yeah.
to push him to the moon, but it wasn't working.
Oh, I said, are you threatening me? Like I remember they gave him the money in the bank. I said, are you threatening me? This
Yeah.
this
They
is a
threatened a lot of
travesty.
people with that one, but it
Yeah.
did give us one of the best cash. We did get the best cash in moments on Alberto. So
Oh yeah.
Oh
That
yeah,
was great. I believe that was out there in New York because I believe that year Mania they were in Jersey, and I want to say the next
they
show
were.
they did was yeah they were in Jersey. But yeah, I think Santino should win. Is my point. Mad Dog, what you got for this? And then we'll go to your segment.
Yeah. So I like this whole segment. I like Paige. I think he was cooking. They just had to do this in Texas, right? Like Texas is that great American state, Undertaker, the whole American thing, American badass, right? And then all of a sudden he just rants on about Canada, right? So that was
Mhm.
pretty funny. And just to be clear, they said something. Santino's got some sort of position, I guess, in TNA because they
he's
say
the
he's
Yeah.
got
director of
something. I don't know
authority
what
of
it is,
TNA.
but they said he's
No,
got
It's
some
their
sort of there.
equivalent of a GM.
Yeah,
yeah, that's pretty much what
yeah,
he does. He runs. Yeah.
right,
Yeah, they
right.
just
I
call it a
noticed
different name
it
over
was
there because they're not
something,
going to
but
get in trouble with WWE for using the same name. So instead of saying TNA General Manager, they say TNA Director of Authority.
yeah, okay. I knew it was something like coordinated, like the whole like thing, and then all of a sudden they were he was already in the ring. But yeah, so I thought it was cool. I agree with you guys, or I think Santino needs to take the belt off of Page because TNA's getting nothing right now. I mean, they got AJ Styles possibly, and I'll get into that in my segment. I have a story about AJ here in a minute about WWE
Oh,
pulling a plug on something bigger. But yeah,
let me tell you.
this was
Let
a
me
good
tell
segment.
you. I
So.
mean to cut you off, but just to tell you how excited I am about the news because my cat is asleep and he just turned around and he said, "Oh shit, new don't language," but he said, "Oh snap, news." So let's do this. Why don't we hit that
Yeah.
like I said that like button. Yeah, hit that like button. I'm sorry. I think I said you're supposed to open the show anyway. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification, and we're gonna get into the news. So Matt, are you ready to give people the news?
Yeah.
Hey guys, what's up?
I don't know who edited the whole from last week thing. I don't know. I need to talk to EC about that. I don't know why that's there. It should be from this week because I get everything current. So I gotta talk to him about him messing up. I don't know. Anyway, I just noticed that now. Anyway, so here first thing we got you guys talked about earlier, but I do want to elaborate. For oh look, there's Mr. Cat. Hi, Mr. Cat. He's playing around here. I do want to elaborate on it a little further. WWE Hall of Famer, rock icon Ozzy Osbourne passed away at 76 today. I'm a big Ozzy fan. And I actually, where did I just go? There I am. Hi, me. I was a big Ozzy fan. Back in like when I was younger. And I remember the first time I saw Ozzy was actually on like WWE Raw like in the 2000s, him and Sharon used to do this like thing for America's Got Talent because I remember she was like the one of the judges or whatever it was, right? So I remember him doing this whole like Raw's Got Talent, and they did like a whole talent search, and Ozzy used to judge them, and it was a really funny segment. He was inducted into the Hall of Fame. I don't know if you guys know this. I think that we touched on briefly. He was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2021 So for all of his musical contributions, I also found out he actually made his debut. It says I have it here. He made his debut in WrestleMania, I believe it was
I think it
two,
was
I
two.
believe, where he hosted managed actually the British Bulldog and it was British Bulldog and someone else. I forget who it was. But it was
Dynamite Kid.
that's it. And he was part of that whole thing. So RP to him, like Wrestling Doll said, his family, condolences, all that. You guys missed Jack, by the way. Jack actually hosts a paranormal show I watch. So he actually tweeted me a couple times because of that. This next story is kind of crazy. WWE hold the plug on a huge segment with AJ Styles over the weekend. And I'm a little upset about this. If this is true, I don't know if it's true. I'm not saying it is or not. But Sports Illustrated notes, and I'm going to say, they claim AJ Styles was scheduled to be in a scheduled segment with Frankie Kazarian at Slammiversary. But apparently, WWE pulled the plug for some reason. No one knows why. I don't know what the whole deal is, but I would have loved to see Frank Kazarian and AJ Styles do something. I think maybe that is a match, but I think they want to keep AJ healthy for SummerSlam because if you guys don't know, AJ and Dom are fighting in SummerSlam a couple weeks for the IC title. So they want to keep AJ strong. The next thing, speaking of SummerSlam, the rumored main events. Now, this is the rumor going around. We already know Cody versus Cena is going to be the main event night 2 street fight, by the way, rules. The first night is going to be Gunther versus CM Punk. There's a rumor also going around to it. I believe the Radar Review. Go check those guys out. Touched on last night. Seth Rollins might not be hurt for real. And the story is he might cash in on Punk. Now, I don't know if that's true or not. I don't believe it. I think Seth Rollins is hurt. We won't see him till WrestleMania, but that's me. Speaking of hurt, Bryan Danielson said he's not coming back and was not cleared for the All-In moveset. I know a lot of people were asking me about that last week. They're like, why is Bryan Danielson back? Well, apparently he was not cleared to do those moves, and apparently he's not wrestling anymore. So and I just want to quickly touch on one of my favorite NXT superstars, Cora Jade, Elena Black. She retired from the ring the other day. She said she wants to take a break for the rest of the year because she has mental health issues and all that, and wish her the best there. And then the last thing I got is the Hardys, and I know BadGuy was there at the show, so I know he saw this. Bully Ray came out and said, "Hey, we're gonna do one more showdown." So everyone's hitting me up. How's Devon doing? Is his health good? Is his health bad? Devon's good. Devon said on the podcast, I think it was the Chris Van Velt show. He said he's
Wait.
good. He's in full shape, and he said he's doing one more match. It would be with the Hardys, and they're doing that, I believe, in October for Bound for Glory. So
They are.
So yeah.
You know,
That's all I
I listened to that interview earlier, and it was, actually Devon had a lot of like really fun and cool stories that I laughed a lot. I listened to it today, and are you serious, dog? Okay,
Mr.
but
Cat's trying to steal the show here again.
yes, he's about to be in his little playhouse, but yeah, no, they said there's going to be at October, and look, I think what's that called, Bound for Glory? I think that it's a great attraction. I don't. It's one of those things where what is happening? It's one of those things that it's one of those matches where I don't. It's not going to be the same like it was 25 years ago,
Right.
but it's still pretty cool because you can have that. I think there's a lot of matches we would have liked to seen one more time, and we never got that. So the fact that they were able to pull it off, I think it's pretty cool.
I'm just glad he's in good health, good
That
shape.
too.
That's the thing too.
Yep, that too. So yeah.
But that's
But,
all I got this week.
Possible in the world of wrestling, and you also forgot to mention that Ric Flair did announce that he is officially cancer-free.
Oh yeah,
good for
that's
him.
right. Yes,
Oh
yes,
yeah,
yes.
good for him.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
right.
We'd like to hear that.
I think he'll take a break and not try to unretire from wrestling yet again. He needs to.
Yeah,
I
please stay
honestly don't
retired.
keep up. He does this. I'm gonna retire. Then I'm gonna
Then
unretire because I need money. And then all of a sudden he re-retires saying I don't need money. Then he unretires because he needs money. So
the man has spent more money in his life than he should, and
he spent
not a
a
lot of.
lot of it though. From what I've seen on YouTube videos, the man spent a lot of it. A lot of places he doesn't even know, supposedly.
Mm.
But anyways, Trick
Well,
Williams did stumble backstage up to Oba Femi with the belt, eyeing his. Jacy goes
I do
through
that.
them to find
Two
Ava's
belt
office,
JC,
and
by the way. Two belt JC. We
I
gotta
do.
start calling her two belt JC.
Hashtag two belt Jason. But I will
Yes,
sit here
sir.
and say I'll say real quick, because we're gonna get to the main event. But I just thought that scene was actually pretty cool. Seeing, Trick as the TNA champion, Oba's on this side, and JC's in the middle because she has both belts. I don't know. I just thought something like that was actually pretty cool. Seeing that
Something
okay.
bigger. I'll tell
Anyway,
you guys. It's gonna happen.
they're gonna definitely run this match. I mean, look, the way Oba and Trick were looking at
they're
each other,
running it.
huh?
They're gonna run it.
They're definitely gonna run it.
They're gonna do it, man. I can't wait.
But anyways, Javon's still writing stuff down.
Well,
Inamura
JC,
comes in and gets some advice. Evan says, even though he's not 21, and he says he's worried about he's being a bad friend to Briggs, and he says that you guys are walking on different paths, and that's okay. Sometimes I don't like what Briggs does, and Javon says you can love somebody and not like them. You feel me? And
He really, he
grabs him
really
by the
felt.
shoulders, and he says, "I feel you." And then the no quarter catch crew are chatting backstage. Wren's all kind of concerned about everything because it didn't go her way. She felt bad, like she didn't do her best. And Bubba Ray comes in and hugs her and tells her that she did a good job and that she's proud of her. After he tells Charlie to walk away, but he doesn't. And he sets up a match for Tavion and Charlie because of what happened last time that ended in a controversial way. That if Tavion wins, he's on his own. He gets what he wants. But if Charlie wins, he stays in and keeps a big old smile on his face. Fake it till you make it kind of smile. And they shake on it. And then as they leave, Lexus King comes in and says, I know you're not deaf, Miles, because I've been wearing noise canceling headphones and can hear everything just fine. Noise canceling does not mean you can't hear anything at all. It just reduces everything so it's not as overwhelming. That's why they give those to young children at shows so that it's not too loud for them and they don't start crying or panicking or anything like that. And Miles says, we know you're not deaf and we know you're not blind, but everybody wishes you were mute. And
that was funny. That
It
was funny.
was, yeah.
And then we get a quick promo from Roman Reigns setting up a tag match between him and Jay against the Braun and Braun connection. And Braun breaks across the street.
Yeah, that's
And
a
he
good
says,
one.
the floor is yours, Jay, whether you accept it or not. And then we get to our main events. The fatal three-way for the triple threat match, for the NXT Championship.
Yeah, no, this match is I don't know if you was giving the floor first here, but this match
I
was
was
good.
just seeing if you guys had anything to say about the little segments that happened.
I'm with you, Jeffrey. He says I think Tavion. Yeah, I think the no quarter catch crew is pretty much done. I think the only member who's going to be left there is Wren, and there's going to be some stuff with her and what's his
Charlie.
name? Yeah. So yeah, I see Tavion winning here. I mean, this is his third shot at it. If he does not beat this man, I mean, he should just mop the
What would
floors.
he did in Japan had been for not.
Yeah, like he would
Yeah,
have to like mop the floor for like he beaten you 3 times, dude. Like he has to win. Throw confetti on the floor for Charlie and stuff. I'm just saying, man. But yeah, I'm just saying this man just got to do something. Wipe his butt or something like that. I'm just saying this guy's dusted you a few times. I think you need to. I mean, at this point, you might have to be a butler.
Oh,
Wren
please.
Sinclair
You give me flashbacks to LA Knight and Cameron Grimes with their thing for the
I remember that.
what's so funny? That was 2020, and it's so amazing because you see how people grow and everything like that, right? So this is amazing group shot picture of like Trick, Braun, and maybe there's like two other. I think one of the Creed, and you have Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly, and they were in the background, so they were playing. Not I don't want to say black background plays, but they were extras. But in one of those segments that you're talking about with LA Knight, and he had a butler, JC Jane was one of the like his I don't know, Trey girl or something like that. So I don't know. It just made me
Yeah,
think
she
about like, wow,
was.
I didn't know that until I saw someone post that, and I was like, oh wow. So yeah,
But
what we got?
anyways, match happened. It went. It was a. It was interesting. In the beginning, Oba clotheslines Briggs to the ground, and him and Inamura just go at it for a little bit. And then when he comes back inside, him and Inamura were working together for a little bit, and they both try to cover him individually, but it doesn't work. And it just keeps going back and forth. Then he Briggs put a chair on Oba when he was down on the ground so that Inamura could jump on him and win with that. But she was like, no, because this is exactly why I didn't want to win the way that you wanted me to win the first time. And they just had kept going back and forth, and Briggs got pinned with the power bomb from the ruler, and he retained
Yeah, the ruler.
the NXT Championship belt. So we all know that when this is all next week or the week after, Briggs is going to moan and groan about it and try to get another shot.
It
Which
might be
some
next
people in
year.
the comments are saying that Briggs is title blocking Inamura.
Hmm.
Mm.
Yeah, no, I think I think Jeffrey's on the money here. No, he really was. I mean, some of the things I was kind of. I'm sorry, Matt. Did you want to take the floor? Please take the floor,
No,
sir.
no, go ahead. You go first.
I was just gonna simply say, I feel like when Ober is in a triple threat, it's gonna be good. I mean, I think about last year's match that he had. Briggs was in it, and Dijak with it. That was a really good match. Might have been the match of the night. I say night, but match of yeah, I would even say the night. I'll go that far. Um, I thought it was good. I enjoyed it. The thing that annoyed me, um, it annoyed me so much. It's a triple threat, and like Briggs were accidentally hit, and Amora, and they're like, "I'm so sorry," and like it was just so annoying. I'm like, dude. I was like, dude, just kick this guy in the dick. Like, fight back, do something. Um, just
Yeah.
like do something. I mean, eventually it got there, and I think that's what we were trying to do, make that slow build. But it was just so annoying to me because I'm like, dude, like I feel like if it's your friend and they're like, hey, look, this is a every man for himself, and whoever is the better man, blah 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 blah. But all that, like, I was like, what is this? What is this? That's the world turns nonsense. What are we doing here? But it was fun. It was a fun match. And Amora, he has is it a frog splash? I don't know what to label this thing. It's a splash, but it's always exciting to see him do it because it looked like he gets some hang time when he does it. But match was fun. It was cool. Briggs, even though he's a title blocker, I thought he looked good in this match too. I think he has a unique stand. What's it called? A cyborg slam. Like he just picks you up and throws you. And I was like,
Right.
that's so unique. And I know he's done it a few times, but I just wanted to point it out. Like I just think that's such a cool move on how he does it. And his moonsault too, which look. Speaking of moonsaults, we gotta give it up to Top Dollar. I know people like to make fun of him, AJ Francis, but I saw that bad boy live, and I thought that was incredible. The way he did a moonsault. But I just wanted to say Briggs does a moonsault in here too. That looked pretty damn good. I thought all these guys had their working boots on, and after the match, you see Briggs push Inamura. So yeah, they're definitely going to push. I mean, not to be funny because Inamura got pushed, but we're going to be getting something soon. Maybe next week though. What
Yeah.
you got?
Yeah.
What you got, Matt?
Yeah, I agree with you. It was a great match to end the night. I just can't believe they're putting Briggs in so many title matches. Is it because they got nobody else and they don't want to put Jasper in there? Right? So they're just putting Briggs into all these title matches? Or is it because he's like this? I just question for both of you, I guess. Is it because he's just one of those powerhouse guys and they just need a powerhouse guy right now in these match types? Because Jasper Troy is also the powerhouse guy. And he's gone after Oba Femi before a couple times already, at least lost clean to Oba Femi. So I don't know why Briggs is always there. but I love the match because
I
Briggs
don't know
did
why
add a
Briggs.
little bit extra to it. You know what I mean? So, but I don't know why he's always there. That's just my
I
take.
it's yeah.
So it's just,
No, I
you
just
know,
find it funny.
it's been something I've been noticing. Even you said earlier, you know, he was in the other, you know, just I'm always noticing he's always in the title matches, and they'll probably like, you know, Wrestle Dawson probably, you know, complain. I won't say the other word on air. I don't want to put more money
I
in the
mean,
swear
you can just
jar.
say that he moans
Yeah, to
and
get
groans
another
and
one.
whines and
Yes.
GITCHs.
Um, so, and I'm hoping that they move on from this and they build a Trick versus Oba. This is the story I want the most to see is Trick versus Oba. But at the end of the show, I'm sure Wrestling Doll's going to get into it. I don't know if they're going to do that because something else happened and I don't know anymore. I lost my. They tease one thing and then they do something else at the end of the show. I just can't. I don't know.
You know, you're just going to talk about the stuff with Javon and Undertaker's like, hey, if I was you, I still go after the big dog.
Yeah.
Um,
What
I mean,
does it
I
mean?
look, it looked like he's next in line. Do I think that he's going to be the one to dethrone Oba? No, I don't. I think he's just going to be like the next. I hate to say victim, but like anytime you get in the ring with Oba, you're a victim. He's gonna beat you up. And to answer your question, you're saying like, why is Josh? I want to say this was his first shot at the NXT Championship.
Okay.
And I think what they try to do is just find people to put him in the ring against till they get to that other person. Because I think the end game is Trick. So how do you get there? Well, we got to find all these other different stories and then tell other stories because as Briggs and Inamura is going for the shot for the thing,
Mhm.
they have their story and their own thing going, and it's going to lead to doing their own thing. So yeah, those are my 2 cents right there. Oh, Jeffrey wants us to say it. The swear dropped over. Yeah, it's overflowed like 3 years ago. Um,
It's been overflowing. We just replenish with new ones.
absolutely,
True. That's true.
that's
But
right. So
that is NXT. Nothing crazy happened afterwards. No surprises, no jumps or anything like that. So they just
I don't
went
know.
off.
Getting Undertaker again. I just want to shout this out as the Undertaker guy, and I'm the one who will defend the 2018 tag match between DX and wearing Tripp's shirt tonight, actually, and the Brothers of Destruction. I know it's like one of the worst matches in WWE history, but I loved it to death because I love Brothers of Destruction. I love seeing Undertaker at the end of the show. Bye, Mr. Cat. Anyway, yeah, I love seeing Taker again. Just the, you know, just pepping up, you know, Javon Evans is just so cool. I think so.
well, Jeffrey's with you. He says, I'm a Taker fan. He got me into wrestling, so I'm not mad seeing him. And he was saying the same. I'm assuming that when you're talking about the tag team match, which was not.
Wow.
Never
This is
mind.
what happens when you become a cat dad.
It's hard being a
Yeah,
dad.
yeah.
This is
Been.
my son. This is my child. But yeah, that's really much the show. I'm glad I'm glad Jeffrey's still here and George. It's 11 at night and you guys are still with us and we always appreciate that. Please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, notification as well. And if you're watching by somehow you're watching on not even somehow that's silly, but if you're watching on X, just retweet it. That helps us out a lot. And that's really it. And Facebook, share it in your Facebook wrestling groups and let's talk some wrestling. That's always a fun thing. But with all that said, we plug shows here. I think we have like a graphic or something for that. Just give me a sec. But real quick, Sabrina and Estella, why don't you tell people where they can find you?
Well, you can find me on my YouTube channel, The Unofficial Camera Woman, where I go throughout Central Florida and occasionally South to record wrestling matches and put them up for the world to see when some of these companies either take too long, unfortunately, or do not put up the footage at all. I did put up some videos from a show I was at a while back, but I do have some videos that will come out in the future. So be on the lookout for that.
Outstanding. Love that. Love that.
And the
Um,
panel that I was at, we did not live stream because if anybody that goes to con knows how bad con Wi-Fi can be.
it could be a pain in the
The
ass.
Absolutely.
video should be up
Terrible.
online. I don't know when, but when it is, I will share.
I don't know why George is yelling, but he's yelling. He wants you to know that you are the greatest of all time. And they said, tell him when he's telling lies. I'll sit here and say this, George. I dislike agreeing with you. I think you're a fraud. I think deep down inside, you're an undercover Bill Goldberg fan. That's what you are. You're a Bill Goldberg fan, and that's it's not all right, but whatever. But I agree with you. Sabrina Stella is one of the greatest of all time, so I concur with George. But I really hate doing it. Like right now, I just feel like I'm gonna call out of work tomorrow because now I'm sick because I don't believe what came up. George. Just before I even get off here, um, George, he always likes to like pick fights with me with about Jacy. Does anyone listen to the lyrics to this song? Did anyone hear that bop, that track, and it's going the guitar, and then you hear the cowbell? And you know what the girl says in the video? Something. I'm the chosen one. That's Jason. I just wanted to pass that to George before I ended it because I felt like if I didn't say that, that would be a problem. If I didn't tell the king of frauds, George Samuel Lewis. But anyway, I have a podcast. It's called the Big Pop 3 Podcast. We haven't done an audio one, but we did something different last week. So we want to review like old school content, some old school wrestling stuff. And the very first episode that we have reviewed was Invasion from 2001. I thought that was a fun thing. There was two of my friends that I went to. I mean, I grew up with them since third grade, and it was a fun conversation. We talked about matches, and we are looking at like another pay-per-view to review. We're looking at SummerSlam 2000. So like a lot of old school stuff that we've been thinking about trying to like review it and talk about it and what our mindsets were when we were kids compared to when we were adults. I think that's actually pretty cool. So yeah, so the Big Pop 3 Podcast is a YouTube thing too. It's on YouTube, so check it out if you have time. We got shows. Matt, do you want to run down what shows be going on in the week of what we be doing?
Sure. First things first, let me get my trusty notepad out here because I have one, by the
Whoa,
way.
that's like
So,
Steve from
yeah,
Blue's
yeah,
Clues.
yeah. I am
Blue's
prepared,
Clues.
good sir. So, on
I'm the
Monday, I
best.
don't know where our graphic is, but I know it's old, so it doesn't matter. I'm just going to run down what we have. On Mondays, you can catch the Radar Review Show, 10:45. Plus, don't forget to also catch What Makes Beeman Steamin'. That's a great segment. You can catch the full segment in its entirety every Tuesday, by the way. It will be on our wrestling channel. So please look out for that. Then you have I would say, the greatest family of all time right here on the NXT Trio Show. Myself, Great Lance Martino, the Wrestling Doll, and me with my
Woo!
awesome news segment, by the way. Please tune in for this, 10:15
The
Tuesday night.
fatal.
We will be here.
I just want to
So,
say. I just want to say real quick. I was thinking because I love the NXT Trio name, but I was thinking we should be called the Fatal Three. It's a play on Fatal Influence. I like that. Do you like that, Sabrina Estella?
I would not object. I would not object.
This is this is
I'm
this this
down
is
for
this
this.
the Fatal
Down
Three.
for this. Anyway, so on Wednesdays we got the AEW Elite Heat podcast Wednesdays nights. And then sometimes you'll get a prediction show. I think next week, Big Daddy Cool and I are going to be doing the big one, the SummerSlam prediction show. I got to talk to you about when and how we're going to do that because I'm doing a lot of wrestling stuff that whole week. There's a lot of stuff going on. And then on Sundays, which I found that will actually be Saturday this weekend, so make sure you tune in for that. I believe around 9 or 10 in the morning will be the SmackDown Review Show, but make sure you catch them after that. Every Sunday, I believe around I have here at 11 a.m. So make sure you catch all of that. And catch me on my socials, Matt_Maddog. I believe that is my socials there. So check me out on X or just Twitter. I do not call it X. I think that sounds dirty. And like I said, check me out on Instagram as well. I post all wrestling news and content throughout the day. So, and check out our UPR Twitter as well. Go there, and I do a lot of news and stuff for them as well. So check all that out.
I do want to sit here and say we have so much great content here and so many different hosts and so much talent going on here. So I always recommend, like, hey, you like what we're doing? Please check out the Raw show. If you like what they're doing, check out the SmackDown show. Same thing with the AEW show. And if possible, if NXT, I'm sorry, if TNA can get a deal, there's been conversations about maybe doing a review show. If you guys like TNA and for that to be a thing. I mean, let us know, and maybe we'll try to make that a thing if they can get a. I would hope for them to get a TV deal because that would do wonders for TNA. And my last piece of thing I want to say is like I would always say watch them Monday. I always have I always I tune into Raw and I catch the steaming part, the steaming Willie, what steams or
Yeah.
whatever. And every time I catch it, I just see his crotch in my face, and I said I didn't ask for this, and I turn it off. But I do recommend to see the video, not for that, but because you gotta figure out what's making them steaming. So anyway, that's the show. We thank you guys. We'll see you guys next week. Tune in tomorrow for AEW.
Elite Heat
Yeah.
podcast. Yeah.
Yes,
yeah,
please
yeah,
do.
They
Right.
renamed it there.
That part, Jeffrey. Yeah, no, they don't. I don't like. How do you have how do you have a channel called Access and you don't have access to it? I felt like you lied to me. That's what I think, and now that pisses me off. And now I'm very
I don't
upset.
have access to it. But
Jeffrey, send me the link for TNA because Jacy's going to be on there. I need a link, please, sir. Do that. I know you got me.
You
got me too.
Do that for you. Yeah, I got you.
Send me a link because I just want to see Jacy. After that, I'm leaving. Anyway, that's the show.
Yeah.
Let's hit this end the stream thing, and we'll see you guys next week.
Bye, guys.